The moment it became official, Ferdinand Marcos Jr. was proclaimed president-elect last month, winning via a historic margin. It marks a return to power for a family that 36 years ago was forced into exile due to anger over widespread corruption and human rights abuses by their late patriarch, the former president Ferdinand Sr. According to critics, the Marcos Renaissance was fueled by a massive disinformation campaign.
Rewriting history, yes, but also foregrounding people's disappointments with what has happened from 1986 onwards. In spite of all the economic achievements of the country, the reality is that there's still so many poor people, the government remains predominantly corrupt, in spite of many strides that the state has accomplished since then.
Focus now turns to the next 6 years that Marcos Jr. will serve as leader. The most pressing question for many Filipinos is how the government plans to address the rising price of goods like food and fuel driven by the conflict in Ukraine.
That's something that, a lot of people will want to have answered. People will want to know more. How are we going to ensure that food is still on the table at manageable prices?
And that's not the only geopolitical issue the Marcos administration will have to navigate. The Philippines is a strategically located piece in the geopolitical chess match between long-standing ally, the United States, and regional heavyweight China. Manila has a territorial dispute with Beijing, but analysts say the Philippines can't afford to cut off its large neighbor.
We will have to continue engaging with China, and for that very simple reason that we are immediate neighbors, and China is an immediate neighbor with a significant economic clout.
Marcos Jr.'s landslide election victory means he'll assume the presidency with more political capital than any who've come before him. That gives him a strong base to push for reforms that can improve the lives of millions. But experts say it also adds pressure on his administration to deliver what they've promised, or risk facing the wrath of an electorate the Marcos family spent decades trying to win back. Paulo Montesilio, TRT World.